I'm Tanisha and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For people in here, hi, I'm Tajani and today I'm back here again with a makeup video. I feel makeup is something that I'm not crazy good at, but something I really enjoy, and one thing I love doing is trying new makeup brands. And I used to be a sucker for all these beauty gurus when they used to make these one brand all products video, and I think I really enjoyed it and I really want to do it myself with Indian brands. The first brand that came into my mind that I had to do this with was Mars Cosmetics, because Mars Cosmetics came into my life so randomly. I think one day I got a PR package and I started using the products and I was like, shit, this is actually good. I think there's this false perspective in the market now, which is that if the product is highly priced then it's great, but no, we in India create great products at affordable prices, and I really wanted to prove that by doing a full face of Mars Cosmetics. And I have all the cosmetics in this. If you can see, I've really sorted all my products out which I wanted to use and show it to you and review. A lot of them are still something I haven't used as well. They were really kind enough to send me their products, but this is not sponsored. They did send me the products, but they did not pay me to say anything. However, I'm not gonna lie, there are 2-3 products that I have already used from them and I really love them. My face is moisturized. There's no other product on it. I just have a really good moisturizer on my face, so my face is all glowy and I really like it. And of course, the first product that we're going to start off is the primer. This is the Mars Cosmetics Hydra Glow Primer. It is literally pink in color. What the hell? I started off by dropping it on my t-shirt. Nothing new. It smells a little weird. It smells almost like candy-ish, but I don't know. Let's see how it helps with my makeup. I'm not a fan of the smell for sure. I thought the pink would do some kind of color correction, but not really. It's there. It's also very liquidy and not sticky at all. So let's see how this primer holds up. I'm a little iffy about this. That's my skin after the primer. Not much difference, but then primer isn't supposed to show a lot of difference in the start. We'll see how the makeup products start layering on the primer. Once we see that, I think we'll have an idea of the primer. Okay, Mars is also known highly for duping products. My opinion on duping products is that if you can create the same product for me with the same quality and at a better price point, I'm sold. Because we all know that all these makeup, bags, clothing companies usually just have one manufacturer and then different branding, and that's how they sell it. So if somebody gets me the same product at a better price, I'm a fan and I'm yours. I'm a consumer. So next up we have their illuminator in the shade 04 Honey. So illuminator is basically, this is not my shade, but it's just supposed to create like this really good shiny dewy base for me. So it's okay if it's not my shade. Sometimes people just like to put the illuminator and move on, but I'm gonna use a foundation on top of this, so it's okay to have a lighter shade. Don't worry, I'm not gonna just wear anything on my face, but it's just supposed to give this beautiful shimmery dewy base to you, and yeah, it's pretty much doing that. I think if it was my shade, I would love to just wear it as a tint. This is much lighter, but I also don't mind wearing it as my base for sure. You can see it's already like the shine has just increased a lot more, and like it's almost like shimmery particles all over my face, giving me this inside glow, which I love. Next up we have the Mars Cosmetics Artistry Foundation. This is in the shade 08 Nutmeg Crunch. This I've used before and this is a really good shade match, so I already know that this is gonna look good. I said this before, right? I tried on some products, I really liked it, and that's this video. Also have this foundation brush which I basically use to just spread my foundation all over my face. It's a little yellow, but eventually once I do the entire look, it will match my skin tone, and I can say that with a lot of confidence because I've done this like 1,000 times. Thoda yellow hair, but eventually with my concealer and all, it will get better. But I basically use this brush only to spread the foundation, of course, not blend it. And then I'll use their BRF03 brush, which is a foundation brush, to blend it. So this just helps create a very light layer which is easily blendable and then gives a very natural look. So this is my process of applying any foundation, to be honest, not just this one. This foundation is a little mattifying for sure, so I think adding the illuminator underneath it really will add a lot to the look, and I promise you this looks much more yellow on camera than in real life. Okay, I think this is as good as I could blend it. It looks so orange, but it's not this orange in real life. I don't know. I hope it gets fixed in color correction, because I promise you it is not looking this orange if it is still looking orange on the camera. I promise. Next up, I'm using the Cancel Concealer. So now this is gonna be very cool toned, and thus when I said that I will fix my face, this is the process of doing that. Anyway, this is how much I apply it. This is also very thick in consistency, and what I like to do is kind of like let my concealer settle a little, and then once it's like, you know, almost drying is when I blend it out, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. So I'll give it like a minute and I'll let it dry a little so that it stays on for a long time. After giving it a minute, just gonna blend it out. It really is a very good concealer. Something I can tell you, it blends out beautifully and is super thick, so it will give you coverage and it will stay on your skin for long. This concealer is definitely a win. Like, if you see, after blending out, there aren't a lot of patchiness, and that's what happens when you let the concealer sit and let it like thicken out on your skin, so it just blends beautifully. So I really like this concealer for sure. I think my base is going pretty well till now, just saying. Next up, for my eyeshadow, I have two palettes. We have the Blooming Imperial and the Blooming Dahlia. Dahlia has a range of pink shades, and the Imperial is like the perfect autumn toned palette. We have a lot more colorways in these palettes, and I really like them because they are like bite sized, so they're great for traveling. And these are the colors that I would usually use for a wedding makeup look, so I think it's like the perfect palette to take for weddings. I also have their 4-in-1 brush, which is so good. I really love it. This is basically their 4-in-1 brush, and then they have like eyeshadow brushes here and one more here. I really like that. I think this is so easy to travel with. I'm gonna go in with lighter, medium and dark shade, and then just add a bit of shimmer. So I'm gonna start on with the lighter shade. I'm gonna go all over with the fluffy brush. This is their lighter shade, deep pink. Gonna go in with the orange in the corner right here. It has great pigment, is something I can definitely tell you. I'm sure you can also see it. It has great payoff. And again, I'm not a pro, so anything that works with me, like not being a pro, is beginner friendly, I live for that. So it has a lot of pigment for sure. And then just gonna take the darkest shade and add like a smoky vibe in the corner right here. Yep, I think that's pretty much it. I think I'll clean it up a little bit more off camera for sure. But that's a great color payoff. And then I'm just gonna add in some light gold glitter. Very, oh my god, that is very pigmented. Just lightly gonna dab it. Heavily pigmented palette for sure. Love it. Love a good pigmented palette. Next up, I'm gonna use their nude eyeliner. I am a big fan of doing my lower waterline with nude eyeliner. I think it really makes my eyes look so much bigger and enhanced. Like, just look at that. This eye already looks bigger than this one. Like, it's just a weird hack and I really love it. Do nude for a natural look and white for a really bold look. I think that looks pretty good. Very good payoff, and I don't need to constantly keep rubbing it. I think one line has, like, just going back and forth 2-3 times has given me a good enough payoff for me to not, like, you know, constantly keep rubbing it in my eyes. So I really like that. Next up, we have their Sky eyeliner, which looks very similar to another eyeliner that I use a lot as well. So I think I'm gonna like this one. Okay, views on the liner. This applicator is too thin for my liking. I feel I don't have a lot of control and I need to be a lot patient and keep going again and again, fill like the outline that I draw, and I'm not a big fan of that. I don't want to keep going in on with my eyeliner because I'm already bad at it, and if I have to keep going on it, I'm gonna ruin it. So I got a lot more patience. So maybe it was thicker, but the payoff and the pigment is really nice. It is pretty dark and dries on very fast, so that's great. But I just wish it wasn't this thin, because then my hands hurt, you know. Next up, we are using their Double Trouble mascara, which is step 1 for length and step 2 for volume. It's basically you remove one, and this is step 1 is length. I'm gonna try it on one eye so we can see the difference. zoom in a lot more. Okay. It also has a fragrance, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like fragrance in my makeup or skincare. Okay, that is definitely giving me length. My eyelashes naturally, I will say, are not bad. So, but it is definitely making them more visible. It is the product also, not just my natural lashes. Then we have the volume. I'm not a big fan of giving a lot of volume because then I feel that they get clumpy. But I think if you lengthen, then it's just gonna stick to those lens and not make it look very clumpy. But oh my god, these are big. These are big lashes. Look at that difference. Crazy. Like it. Approved. Very much approved. Next up, I'm gonna quickly use their Born to Bake setting powder. It is very fine in texture is what I can tell you. Like, it is literally flying off when I try to tap it over here. So I really like that. I'm going to use their puff itself and I'm just gonna press it up. I'm not a big fan of baking. I just like to press the powder in my like under eye and areas where I sweat a lot, which is around my mouth and a little bit on my forehead. And I think it's done a pretty good job at like blurring some texture out and just mattifying my face. And it's a very fine powder, which is, I think, a quality of a good powder has to be that it is very fine. And of course this is colored, but it's not adding too much color to my face also, which is again something I appreciate. Next up, we're gonna go in with blush. Now I have two options for blushes. One is their PH blush, which I have spoken about 1,000 times on my page, on my Instagram, on my YouTube, because I really love it. And then we also have their liquid blush. So we're gonna do a little bit of both because I just love this PH blush. I think it is the perfect product to exist. I use this brush, tap on, it looks black, but it's gonna come out beautiful shade of pink. And it's so subtle and will stay on forever. I do this a lot on my natural skin tone. Post this, I'm gonna add in some more color with this blush. It's in the shade, it's called Blush Art Twilight, so I think that's the shade. I'm gonna do one drop, not more, because I already have blush on me. That's it, because I feel like seeing the size of this blush, it's gonna be one of those where you put a little and it goes a long way, and I don't want to look like I have blush blindness, even though I do. So it's a very soft dark pink color, which I really like because it shows off like almost like reddish on my skin. And on camera again it's looking too much, but it's not this much, I promise. I just hope y'all don't think I look crazy because it looks like that on camera, but I promise it looks pretty sane in real life, I promise. But I'm gonna still just use my foundation brush to neutralize in case there's a lot. But in real life, it looks pretty fine. It looks great. It looks amazing in real life. I'm not even kidding. Another product before we move on to the lips that I want to give a big shout out to is their Northern Lights in a Pan. This is in the shade, again, I don't know, which is basically a holographic this. So you see the green and then you see the pink, and it's so good and I really love it. I'm just gonna add a little on top of the eye glitter that I already have. I wore this to a concert and everybody was just like shook because the payoff is so good and it was just shining through, and we were just like, oh my god, what are you wearing? And I was like, Mars Cosmetics. Anyway, moving on to the lips. They have these beautiful sets of lip liners which are so pigmented and so good. I'm gonna go in with this, which is 10 Exotic Brown. It is a very zoom in once again. It's a very flattering turn on me. It is literally my lips, like it's literally the color of my lips, and they're so buttery soft. Like, just look at that. Payoff is amazing. I love that. Like, just look at it. It looks so pretty. So my shade. I just love it when I find like good lip liners which are like my shade. Anyway, moving on. I have multiple options for lipsticks, but I want to show you mainly their lip gloss, and I also want to show you the lipsticks. So let's see what we can do. Number one is their Lip Mist Drip, which is this really cool glossy tint. So it looks like this water gloss, and after it dries and you remove it, it's gonna just keep the tint there. like even if the gloss comes off. So it's really great for reapplication, or if you want some tint and, you know, some gloss, like it's a mix of that. Great for every day. This is in the shade 05 Cranberry Drip. Then we have their matte lipsticks. This is in the shade 23 Best Shot. I think this is my favorite one. I forgot. This is 23 Best Shot. This was a little lighter for my skin tone, but I really like the texture of it. It looks cloudy, it looks buttery soft. I have another shade which is 02 Rock on the same. Yeah, this is my shade. This is the one that I wear the most. I just forgotten for a bit because it's this beautiful like orangish brown pink, like all in one in the best balanced quantity. So I'm just gonna apply it. Yep, look at that. It's literally my lips but better. It looks so good. And lastly, I have to show you this gloss. This is in the shade Noor. Now this lip gloss is legendary because if you shake it a little and if you put it on your lips and you don't mum your lips, then it will stay on forever. I wore this in Bali every day. You can see it in my Bali tutorial, like I did the makeup tutorial for Bali, and I wore this and it was just there for the entire day. Like, I don't know how they do that. I don't know how it's happening, but it is. So I just want to make sure it mixed and activated, and then and now I'm not gonna, you know, and I'm just gonna let it dry. While it is drying, I will also, while my lip gloss is drying, I'm also gonna use their Wonder Fixer. The atomizer on that, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see this? It just, wow, that's a really great atomizer. Like, it basically equally spreads the product all over my face, which is perfect. Mars really did not come here to disappoint or play, because this is crazy. I think the primer I'm a little bit sketchy about. The foundation is good as long as you get a good shade match, and as I said, my shade will, like, it eventually oxidizes, so the yellow goes away and it merges into my skin. Even I was just as stressed as you were when you first saw it. Trust me, when I applied it, I was like, and then I let it just oxidize, and it just, instead of turning orange, it went back to like a lower tone of blue, which matched my skin tone well. The foundation's pretty good. The illuminator, maybe because it wasn't my shade, I'm not a big fan of it. Then you have the blushes, of course, I love them. The powder, not that bad. The eyeshadows, amazing. Eyeliner, little iffy. Mascara, really good. Again, what else is left? Yeah, lipsticks and lip glosses, love them. The shades that I have, I feel with lipsticks and lip glosses, as long as you get the shades that work for your skin tone, it's all works out. And their pencils are also very pigmented, like the lip pencils and the eye pencil, they're also very pigmented. So overall, I think Mars Cosmetics gets a great like 8.5 or 10. Because, like, if you minus some points for the products that didn't work for me, but then again, these are products that didn't work for me, and these are also products that worked for me. When you're buying makeup, please remember there's something called color theory that exists, which means that things that look good on me might not look good on you in terms of the shade, because we all have different undertones, we all have different skin tones. So please ensure to try the products out wherever you can and then purchase them, unless it's like eyeshadow palettes and stuff like that, which you know that these colors would suit you and they're pigmented enough for you to test out. When it comes to lipsticks or blushes is when I would really ask you to check out color theory, and if your skin tone matches mine, then hey, go get them. But if your undertone is not yellow, or if your undertone is blue, then maybe I am not the shade range for you. Anyway, it also comes down to formulations, and sometimes the foundation formulations also come to play when, if you have too dry of skin, like if your skin is too dry, then either you need to really make sure your skin is moisturized to use the foundation, because it's a little dry on your skin. But if you have like oily combination skin, then it's perfect, like, because I have that, and because we sweat, we need a more mattifying foundation. So these are just little facts and ifs and buts that you should care about, because it's your money, it's really precious, and I don't want you to waste it. I really want you to invest into products that work for you, that work out for you, and that's why I make these videos. Because to be honest, for me, Mars Cosmetics is really, like, if I had found them during my college days, I would be so happy and I would have the best makeup looks. But yeah, I think I really love most of their products, and I'm so glad that they're doing it at such an affordable price, which is completely accessible to everybody. So I really love that. They are also like on Zepto and Blinkit and all that, so like last minute, if you need anything, you can definitely go get them. But now that everything's dried out, this is the final look that I have created with all of Mars Cosmetics products. Well, this is it for the makeup look. I really hope you liked it. All the products will be linked below, so you can go and grab them and check it out. I really hope you liked this video, and if you did, please make sure to like, share and subscribe to my channel. I've been trying to be so active on YouTube because it's truly a place where I love existing, and I just love talking to you guys. So please let me know what you liked or what you didn't like about this video, so that I can take back your feedback and give you the best content that you've ever seen. And also do let me know which brand would you like me to test out next, and if there are any other products from any small businesses on Instagram or Mars Cosmetics itself, then do let me know if you want me to try them, because I would love to do a video where I just try on products that you guys have recommended or you guys wanted me to test out, because if I can help you in any way or form to give you your favorite makeup routine and your best product, I'm happy to do so. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be here back again very soon. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.